Hello everybody, welcome to the vlog. Pushcat Tom, and I'm riding my ATV on my farm because I want to get some excitement into my life. Why? Because I have not been able to fly for over 2 weeks. It has been 2 weeks. We've had nothing but snow and ice and IFR conditions, and it's been so frustrating. So what do we do in the meantime? I know, let's go back a couple of months, back to November, where I took a flight and took up a young man that never flew in an airplane ever before in his life, and he was so excited, and maybe you will be too after you watch this. Stay tuned. Fuel pump on, mag 1, mag 2. On the brakes. Clear prep! Okay. Choke off. Oil pressure. Fuel pump off. Bolts good. And doors are locked. All right, can you hear me?
Yep, can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you loud and clear.
This thing is cool.
Okay, yeah, it is. All right, so what we're going to do right now is check the magnetos. Every airplane engine has 2 sets of spark plugs on each cylinder for redundancy and also for safety and also for performance. And to check that, you got to kind of run the engine up. So you're going to feel the power of this jet of this engine as I check to see how the mags are functioning. All right.
Okay.
So nothing to be concerned about. It's just you're gonna start to feel the power of this airplane.
Oh yeah, she has some power.
Yeah. And so mag 1, there should be an RPM drop. Good. Mag 2, RPM drop. Good. Fuel pump on. Good. Idle check. Good. Right. Same screen that I got. This screen will give you everything, all the flight information that you need to know. This number here will tell you how high you are. 640 feet. That's above sea level. So this airport, 640 feet above sea level. This little number will tell you if you're climbing or if you're descending. And this number is your airspeed.
Okay.
Okay? And this is your engine RPM. And here's some engine stuff. You don't have to worry about that. All right? So first thing I want to do is I want to make sure my control surfaces are perfectly smooth and clear and not in any way hindered. So we got that. Just did the mag check. I want to make sure our radio's on, transponder is on, the flap setting for takeoff, and we are set to go. Derek, do you have any questions for me?
No, I'm just really excited.
Okay. All right.
Cool to see for my first time.
All right, let's roll in here. Menominee traffic, Pushcat 7 Sierra Tango, taxiing to runway 32 Menominee. So your dad's hoping that maybe that you'll take up flying just like he's hoping to take up flying.
He'd like me as his co-pilot.
Do you concur? Is that something you think you might like to do sometime?
Oh, I'm sure I'm about to make that decision real quick up in this air. I mean, if this is the excitement you get every time you enter a cockpit, I'm sure I would definitely look.
Yeah, there's never a time where I don't start up this airplane. I've had many flights. It never gets old, and you never kind of ever lose that sense, that little bit of fear, a little bit of trepidation. You know, like when you're gonna go on an awesome roller coaster for the first time. You know, you get that, you kind of get those butterflies. That'll never leave you.
Oh, I imagine not. You know,
and it's exciting. It is, that's for sure. And you get a perspective of the world that most people will never ever see.
No, you know, very blessed moment right now.
All right, we're coming up on a threshold. See that double line there with a bunch of extra lines on it? Need to stop. Make sure that there's nobody coming on this runway. Make sure the traffic is clear. I don't see anybody. I don't hear anybody calling in the pattern on the radio, so I think we're pretty good. But you want to make a call before you actually take the active runway. So that's what we'll do. Menominee traffic, Bushcat 7 Sierra Tango, departing runway 32 for a westbound departure, Menominee. So now I just told everybody that's in the air and maybe possibly coming into land or coming to take off, hey, there's a Bushcat.
Menominee traffic, Cherokee 89 Juliet is about 3 miles to the west of the airport going up the river.
So we got a Cherokee that's going up the river, which is what I wanted to do with you. So maybe we'll do that last. Make sure that Cherokee's out of the way. All right, so let's turn onto the active runway here. Are you all set, Lyric?
Oh, all set. I'm excited.
Okay, let's line up straight. Put in the power, full power. Get up here. All right, airspeed's alive. 42, quickly. Rotate, up we go.
Oh, this is just amazing. It truly reminds you of a roller coaster.
Speaking of roller coaster, I was telling your dad, you know, it's a little bit bumpy. The air is kind of bumpy today. It's perfectly fine. You don't have to concern yourself about it, but it won't be perfectly smooth as we get up here, okay?
Okay, I trust you.
It'll bump around a little bit, but it's what they call friendly air. But because it's so nice today, the sun is warming the earth, and it's creating some lift in the air. You know, warm air rises, and so every time you feel a little bump, you're going to feel that's just warm air rising.
Okay.
All right, so as we're climbing out now, we're going to bring in our flaps, put that up, just like that. Turn the fuel pump off, which we no longer need. Trim for the climb. We're going to try to see if we can find that Cherokee. And sure enough, there he is. You look on my map here, see that little arrow?
Yep.
There's a Cherokee that's
over that way, right?
a low-wing airplane that's shooting the river right now.
Oh, that's crazy.
And I think what I'll do is I'll go ahead and follow him. How's that sound?
That sounds amazing.
All right, so I'm going to back off the power a little bit here, since we don't really need to climb as fast as we just did. We're now 700 feet above the ground. And I'll do what I did with your dad. We'll go ahead and shoot the river. How's that sound?
Sounds awesome. Man, this is truly a view.
Yes, it is.
Man, that's beautiful.
Cherokee over there just west of Menominee. Bushcat is also shooting the river, so keep an eye out for us, and we will do the same.
Okay, keep an eye out for who?
A red and black orange bush plane that's just coming up the river. I was just following you as well.
Okay, I'm at 1,800 feet.
I'm at 1,300.
Tally ho, I got you.
Crazy.
Yeah, you can kind of look at all these little homes, these little cabins on the river. Everybody's got their little lives carved out for themselves.
Oh yeah. Man, that is cool.
right. Let's get some altitude here. Let's start climbing. Let's get some space between us and the ground. I'll show you a couple maneuvers. How's that sound? I didn't do that with your dad. I should have, because he's the one, he wants to fly, but I figured out. All right, there's a maneuver called a steep turn, where you bank the airplane at 45 degrees. It's a little disconcerting because the earth just kind of goes like this, you know. But in order to do that, you want to get some altitude. You don't want to do that low, you know. So that's what we're doing right now. We're just climbing and climbing and climbing. You might feel your ears pop right now.
Nope, nothing yet.
Nothing yet? Okay, good. And from here you can see the bay quite nicely.
Dominant traffic, Cherokee 89 Juliet, turning left base runway 32.
That is cool.
Okay. Climbing here, we're climbing at 300 feet per minute.
Now I felt them pop.
Yeah, I can feel them pop, yeah. Alright, now at 2,000, that's a little bit better. Alright, shall I do a steep turn for you?
Yeah.
Okay. What we're going to do is we're going to make a 360-degree circle to the left, and then we'll make a 360-degree circle to the right. Okay? And here we go.
Oh, man. This is awesome. Found my new favorite roller coaster. Oh, that feels awesome.
Alright, now we kind of roll out to where we were. Checking left and right one more time. Let's do a right turn. That's 45 degrees right there.
This is just crazy.
This is a skill you'll have to learn how to use to be a pilot. You got to be able to turn and maintain your altitude. And then we go. Roll out, awesome. straight on again. And we started at 2,100 feet. I was at 2,200, so actually I would have failed. I climbed a little bit too much in that turn. So if I was getting my check ride, the examiner would say, well, nice try, but nah, that wasn't going to work. Sorry. So, but you know, I'm kind of out of practice. I haven't done steep turns in a while. Alrighty. Oh, look at the sun glistening over the bay.
Oh, man.
That is so cool.
Beautiful.
Alright, so what we got to do now, we got to set up what they call a pattern. Basically a rectangle to land.
Okay.
It's usually to keep pilots to know where you are at all times, and so you don't have people colliding with each other. The first thing we got to do is we got to get low. It's a little bit too high right now, so we'll just back off on the power. Get back off on the power, the plane will descend, just like it's doing now. Want to get to about 1,800 feet. That's pattern altitude, as they call it. Now we want to slow at least to around 77 miles per hour. And to slow, you lift up the nose a little bit. Trim a little bit. Alright, there we go. It is a little bit bumpy, but nothing to worry about.
Oh, that's nothing. This has been amazing.
If that doesn't bother you, then I think you're well on your way. Some student pilots, you know, it takes a little getting used to. But if you're good with this, then...
Man, I'm fine with this. I love this.
Well, then I think you'll do pretty well in flight training.
This is amazing.
Yeah. Menominee traffic, push get 70 Tango, left downwind 432, Menominee. All right, one more beam the numbers. Right there, that's when we want to start slowing down. We're going to back off on the power. Like that. We're going to put our first knots of flaps in. That's going to slow us down. The plane will fly slower as a result of that. All right, about there. All right, you can see her down, huh?
Mm-hmm.
All right, we're going to make our left turn now. Menominee traffic, Bushcat 70 Tango, turning left base for 32 Menominee. Airspeed is your friend. You always got to maintain. You got to be fast enough. Don't ever get too slow. All right, now we can turn on final. Menominee traffic, Bushcat 70 Tango, turning final for 32, full stop. Okay, we're a little bit high. We're going to put our full flaps in. Slow down even more. We're just going to settle down. What they call a stable approach. Nice and steady. Straight down the runway.
Nice.
There we go. Wind was pushing us a little bit this way.
Yeah, I can kind of feel it.
Yeah, you can kind of feel it. Well, what happened with the landing is that the wind was starting to push a little bit. What they call a crosswind. It was like going across the thing. So I was content just to land a little left of center. At least I had my nose forward.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and the airspeed was good, so I just put it down. But they always say you're only as good as your last landing. So I wasn't terribly happy with that landing, but I'll take it. Because they say, you know, any landing that you can walk away from is a good landing. So,
Right?
yeah, so what'd you think, Lyric?
Oh, I love that, man.
Yep.
That was amazing. Thank you so much for bringing me on this.
Oh, you're welcome. Happy to do it.
Absolutely. Man, that was just amazing. Getting to see things from that height, from that kind of eye, or getting the feel.
Be careful now, you might get the aviation bug. You'll be eating, sleeping, and drinking this stuff.